Yo, everybody, it's your boy, Joseph Sasaki, back with another video. You know it. Anyways, guys, today's video is a story time vid. Um, I have a similar experience to a YouTuber that I watch called Alex Clark. Um, or it's Alex Clark is the name of his channel, but his name is Alex Clark. Okay. Um, I dated my nanny when I was like 12 years old, and he dated a 15-year-old. I was dating a 19-year-old, bro. I was dating a 19-year-old Polish girl named Monica. Now, I know how that sounds, but it's really weird. I know it sounds, it's weird, like there's no way it happened, but it really did happen. Um, Moments that I don't understand, like, I didn't understand how it happened, but, like, for example, I was 12 and I really didn't like that we had a nanny at the beginning because our own nanny quit, because we had a falling out with the family, or she had a falling out with my family or something like that, with someone else, because we knew the boyfriend and some shit. I don't know what to tell you. And then so we're looking for another nanny to take care of my brother, my sister, and technically me while I'm at work, or while my parents are at work and they're not at home. So at the time, I'm like, okay, bruh, whatever. My girl, so we interview a bunch of people, and then finally we go to this girl named Monica, and she gets interviewed, and she likes it. She wants to be part of the group. She wants to be the mom likes her, my dad likes her. I kind of like her in somewhat, and whatever. So first 3 times she babysits, I really don't like her. She's kind of bossy and kind of mean. But whenever I got a whiff of her, like, whatever perfume she wear, I was like putty to be molded. That was how good the perfume smelled. So one day, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little freak as a little kid. She drops off her sweater, and it's like coated in perfume, and walks somewhere. I don't know, in the house. We had a big house before we moved to Florida. In Chicago, we had a big house. So she drops off her sweater, and I bolt. I take the sweater. I'm like talking to her from the room, like somewhere, and then I'm like, I just grab the sweater. I take a quick, I just put it up to my nose, like quick sniff, and I bolt. I just bolt, and I'm like, I'm sniffing that, and like she goes out the entire day without recognizing that her sweater's gone. A week later, or then the next week, she comes back. She says, I might have left my sweater here. And my brother, who's a jackass still to this day, goes on and tells on me because he found out that I had the sweater. And he says, oh, Josh has a sweater. He low-key likes you, by the way. And my mom's out, by the way, this time. She's not even there, okay? So, bruh, like, it's like that way. And she gives me the sweater. And I used to yell at her a lot because she got real on my nerves, my nanny. And I gave her sweater back. And she said something so funny. And she looks at me with like this big eyes, and she's like, "Dude, she was hot." I mean, like they were hot, guys. She was hot, guys. I mean, like, I don't know how a 12-year-old happened. I mean, it was weird, bro. Okay, it was really weird. It must have been 11 or 12. I think it was 11. And so we were just doing some shit, and she said something about, like, I don't like I don't know, my boyfriends don't yell at me and shit if you like me like that. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know we were boyfriend and girlfriend at this moment. And technically we became boyfriend and girlfriend, like, we kissed about a couple times, and then some other shit. So the one story that cracks me up to this day is I used to be in a cab when I used to go to private school, for a school where kids with learning disabilities. So the way my system worked at the school is that your original school district that you go to pays for your transportation to the school. And since the school is 30 minutes from the city, and it's a long drive from my house, the cab takes me, a cab, like an original cab, picks me up and takes me to school. The cab was under something called City Care. That's what it was called. And so I was in a cab with all high schoolers except for 1 year when I had one first grader in my groom store in my class, and I'm gonna talk about that in another video. Anyways, so in the middle of this class, so I was in all high schoolers, and there's this high school that I made friends with, and low key I was bullied this other kid, and that was in high school because he was just weird and he was annoying. But one day he sees my my nanny, and she's like the other dude. He's like, "Yo, who is that?" And he's like, I said, "That's my nanny." So like, "Yo, she kind of hot." That's what he says. To sort of the lines like that, and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So he says like, "Well, hey, whenever she wants to like if when she's not nannying, she can come over to my house and we can do some shit." So basically, I'm paraphrasing, but I don't know exactly. Remember what he said exactly, but that's basically what he was saying. And he's basically coming on to her without her being in there. So I'm low key. She's like, "So will you tell her that?" I'm like, "I guess. I don't give a shit." So I walk into my house, or I get off my cab, and then I walk into my house, and I low key walk into this, and I walk into the school. I walk into my house, and she's like, "Oh, how was your day, Josh?" I'm like, "It was great. It was okay. We didn't do much, as always." So that's cool. That's nice. Then I said to her. Then she says to me, I say to her, the guy in the cab, he was in the guy, the high schooler in the cab, I think his name was Chad. I forgot his name now, but I think he was Chad or something. I don't remember exactly his name, his real name. I forgot his name. But he said to me that when you're not nannying, why don't you go over to his house and what's it called? You can do us some stuff. And she looks at me, looks back at the cab driver, the guy in the cab who moved from the back seat to the front seat, the one that said it, then looks at me and says, "I can't." And I asked her, "Why can't you?" "Because I'm in a relationship with Joshua Wysocki." I'm like, "What?" I mean, really? Okay. That's what she said. I'm like, "Fuck, really?" Okay. So, I mean, we kissed a couple of times, and I know, guys, you've seen this is weird, and it's very weird. It was weird for me because I didn't understand. But, one of our fun activities was we would go driving sometimes, just her and I, to get food, and my brother would watch Ashley for a little bit, my sister, and we would just, she would do this thing, put on a song on the radio, be like, "Have you sing to it?" And I would sing so well. She's like, "Okay, next song, do it." I'm like, "Okay," singing. And I'm like, that was our fun things. I think a few times we kissed in, a family video, and, I kissed in her car once. It was fun. Now, low-key, I wanted to have, SEX with her later. Nowadays, I'm like, why didn't I ever hit that? But then I realized she could have gone to jail. So, yeah. So, that's probably why I couldn't have hit that. Anyways, guys, back to the video. So, we're playing, we would do some shits. And, it got to the, at one point, she started started becoming more, I guess, controlling over my sister. And, would attack my aunt a little bit about it, and to the point where, she would treat us like her own kids, how do I explain it? She became no more, started becoming from a nanny to an actual parent, and my mom and dad did not like that. So at some point during a trip, they just "You're fired." She used to even come up with us during, we would go to Florida during the winter, and she would come up with us at Florida sometimes. And I'm like standing there, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, low key, she like, kind of no, like, no, but she'll be like in those bathing suits, like hot bathing suits, like hot ones. My grandparents had a pool and a spa in the backyard. And what I mean by a spa, I mean a jacuzzi hot tub. Sorry. And like I would legit, like, she'd be in the hot bathing suits, and we go swimming and shit. But like she would get mad. Like I would give you an example of where she would get on my nerves. Like even when we were, well, technically while we were dating, me and my uncle were watching Malcolm in the Middle, and I said, "This is so stupid. This guy, they're being so stupid." And she yells at me, "Don't say that word!" And I'm like, "It's not a swear word. I can say stupid." And like, I got really upset about it, and I'm like, and my mom we went into full blown fights. Low key, I mean, to this day, I haven't like I've only seen her. I've seen her on Facebook once or twice, and like, she's still looking good, but still. I just to the like guys, all I'm gonna say is, brah, girl was hot. Monica Krasinski, I think her full name is Monica Krasinski. She was hot. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. If you don't believe me for this video. I really don't care. I'm just telling you the truth and what actually fucking happened. Telling you it's my 12-year-old, 11-year-old self that I don't look like this. I didn't look like this at 12 and 11. I looked a little bit different. So, stay cool. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, guys.